Welcome to the Herb T podcast, and I am your host, Herb T. And today I'm not going to be doing the intro. The topics, though, for today will be skin problems, how to cleanse the body, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. So to get things started, skin problems. So I have a question here. Hey, brother, what herbs can get rid of acne, blemishes, and hyperpigmentation? So first off, let's define acne. Acne is a skin condition that occurs when your hair follicles become plugged with oil and dead skin cells. Blemish is basically any mark or spot on the skin. Then hyperpigmentation. Let's see, where's a good one at? Go right over here. Hyperpigmentation is a common condition that makes some areas of the skin darker than others. Okay, going back to acne, right? Notice they mentioned your hair follicles become plugged with oil and dead skin cells. So the system in your body that deals with oils or fats and dead skin cells will be your lymphatic system. So if things are becoming plugged or clogged with oil and or dead skin cells, you want to make sure that you are moving lymph. One of the main ways to move lymph would be to move, go for walks, do something that can make you sweat, get on a rebounder, stretch to help loosen up those tissues so that lymph can flow through. And you have herbs that can be used to move lymph. Specifically, these could be these would be herbs with an action known as alterative. Some examples are cleaver's herb, burdock root, as well as red clover blossoms. But not only that, when talking about moving lymph, you want to make sure to focus on promoting the health of your kidneys. The kidneys are the main doorway to moving lymph. In herbs, herbal action to look for when promoting the kidneys health would be diuretic. Some examples again would be cleaver's herb, burdock root, parsley, stinging nettle leaf, etc. So not only would you want herbs that have a diuretic action, but some that have a toning or a tonic action, like your stinging nettle leaf or cordyceps mushrooms, some that have a diuretic and antiseptic action or cleansing action, such as corn silk or uva ursi leaf. So a nice blend of herbs there. That way you are promoting the kidneys function, cleaning the kidneys, as well as strengthening the kidneys. And this one always seems to escape me, but you also have herbs that can help get rid of kidney stones. Yeah, antilytic action. So you would also want to use herbs that have a diuretic and antilytic action, such as hydrangea root and couch grass. Couch grass is also known as dog grass. But going back, so acne, you want to make sure you are moving lymph. Now, no matter what problem you're having in the body, you always want to move lymph. Lymph is responsible for getting rid of unwanted substances in the body, getting rid of your cellular and metabolic waste as well. You're always going to create cellular waste. The cells have activity, or the cells function. They do things. When doing things, you're going to create waste, and this waste needs to be moved out. This waste will go into the lymphatic system, and the main way it is eliminated is out through the kidneys. And then you can say the secondary way, or you can say the skin is the other main way that this waste goes out of. So, and when you're having a skin problem, of course, you want to focus on the lymphatic system, by default focusing on the kidneys as well. But you do have herbs for the skin to help tone and strengthen and tighten up the skin, like horsetail herb or gotu kola. Some herbs to help reduce inflammation on the skin, like gotu kola herb, as well as sarsaparilla root. And then when dealing with blemishes, same thing, blemishes or spots, marks on the skin, same thing. In hyperpigmentation, you want to make sure you're focusing on the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland plays a role in stimulating your melanin. There could be an imbalance in your pituitary gland. But not only that, it is wise to just focus on the endocrine system as a whole. Your pituitary gland is a part of your endocrine system. So pituitary gland could be functioning properly, but the thyroid could be throwing your pituitary gland off. But a great herb to help bring balance to the pituitary gland would be chase tree berry. You also have herbs to focus on your fight or flight response that would also be beneficial to the pituitary gland, such as licorice root and schisandra berry. Then you have herbs that could help promote the thyroid's function or stimulate the thyroid's function, bacopa and ashwagandha root, as well as bladderwrack. Also, you have herbs that can reduce the thyroid's function, such as lemon balm and bugleweed. So the takeaway here, you're having acne issues. You definitely want to focus on the skin itself. You also want to focus on the thyroid. You might as well focus on the pituitary gland as well. Maybe you have some hyperpigmentation going on too. But let me rephrase. Skin problems, you're focusing on the pituitary gland, lymphatic system, skin, thyroid, kidneys. And again, no matter what problem you're having, you always want to focus on the lymphatic system. The foundation of the human body at its core, you have cells, spaces, and two fluids. The body is made up of roughly 100 trillion cells, or 100 plus trillion cells. Each one of them need the two main fluids, blood and lymph. Blood feeds the cells. The lymphatic system, you could say, cleanses the cells or gets the waste away from the cells and then pushed out through the body. And this all is happening in the spaces around these cells. You have blood going into these spaces to reach the cells. Then you have the cells functioning, creating waste, putting this waste into these spaces. And then from there, that waste goes into the lymphatic system and out through the eliminatory organs. Next topic, how do you cleanse your body? So piggybacking off of the lymphatic system, herbs I mentioned earlier, you have stronger herbs to move lymph or to promote the elimination of waste or promote the cleansing of the body, such as poke root and blood root. And this again moves lymph. But before you start really pulling on lymph, you want to make sure you get your kidneys filtering, because if you're not getting the doorway that moves out this waste open first, this waste is going to build up in certain areas and not be pushed out, and it could potentially speed up the problem you're trying to get rid of, causing you to deteriorate much faster. So it's important to definitely take herbs for the kidneys as well as the skin when talking about truly cleansing the body. The lymph deals with your cellular and metabolic waste, and of course, the digestive system deals with your digestive waste. And when talking about cleansing the digestive system, in herbal action to look for would be laxative, or just your umbrella term for herbs to promote the liver's function, which would be hepatics. Now, what I didn't mention is when you're having a skin problem, you also want to focus on the liver. Some herbs that could be used to promote the liver's function would be burdock root, dandelion root, Oregon grape root, even schisandra berry, blessed thistle, milk thistle. You have, milk thistle more so for the protection or regeneration of liver tissue. You have blessed thistle to promote the liver's function, Oregon grape root to help strengthen the liver. So again, it's an umbrella term, hepatics, but these herbs can affect the liver in different ways. So again, when cleansing the body, of course, you want to make sure your eliminatory organs are functioning properly. And the main eliminatory organs would be your kidneys, your colon, as well as your skin. Move, and remember, movement moves lymph. Also, foods can help to cleanse the body, as well as you could say uncleanse the body, or slow down the removal of waste, or slow down detoxification. If you want to promote detoxification using foods, fruits, berries, and melons. Why? Because the body wants hydration. The body wants astringency. The body likes to be tight and hydrated so it can move as it sees fit. When you begin to get loose and dehydrated, that's when you want to sit in the chair or sit in the couch all day. You become stiff. You start to complain. So fruits, berries, and melons are king when it comes to moving lymph or promoting the removal of waste from the body. Everything else is going to do the opposite and slow yourself down. High cholesterol, blood pressure. All right, high cholesterol. Cholesterol is a waxy substance found in your blood. Your body needs cholesterol to build up healthy cells, but high levels of cholesterol can increase your risk of heart disease. With high cholesterol, you can develop fatty deposits in your blood vessels. And then with high blood pressure is common in conditions that affect the body's arteries. It's also called hypertension. If you have high blood pressure, the force of blood pushing against the artery walls is consistently too high. The heart has to work harder to pump blood. I just like to read their definitions of it. This is what, I don't want to say the name, copyright stuff, but some clinic has these definitions. Yeah, it's the same one. All right. So whenever you're dealing with cholesterol, the liver makes up about 80% of the cholesterol in your body. There's a strong chance that this is from your fight or flight response being activated, from your adrenal glands sending signals to your hypothalamus, sending signals to your pituitary gland, because you're in a stressful situation. So you can say stress. You constantly have stress. You're going to constantly have high levels of cholesterol. You're going to constantly have high blood pressure. The main organ or tissues to focus on when reducing this stress would be your adrenal glands. But when thinking about healing or curing anything, you have to think holistic. So if the main organ to focus on for reducing stress or reducing cholesterol, reducing blood pressure would be your adrenal glands, you have to think holistic and focus on the endocrine system as a whole, because the adrenal glands is a part of your endocrine system. And then when you look deeper into it, you'll find out that you have your adrenal glands sitting on top of your kidneys. So the kidneys can influence your kidneys can influence your adrenal glands and vice versa. So when talking about herbs for the endocrine system or just herbs for the adrenal glands, you have the herbal action known as adaptogen. So ashwagandha root, suma root, rhodiola root. But what I want you to take away from this is adaptogens. Schisandra berry, you have licorice root, and both of these are great for reducing or helping the body deal with the fight or flight response much better. But you have hawthorn berry or hawthorn leaf and flower, as well as alfalfa leaf, that is known to mildly reduce cholesterol levels. When dealing with the high blood pressure, again, the adaptogens can help. The hawthorn berry, hawthorn leaf and flower can be used to mildly reduce blood pressure, as well as olive leaf can be used to mildly reduce blood pressure. But understand the cause of it. The cause of it is stress. You got your main stress organ, the adrenal glands, that needs help. It needs some work on it so you can help deal with this stress better and ultimately, eliminate the bulk of stress from your life, because we all know there's no really getting rid of stress completely. But again, you want to focus on your kidneys as well. So herbs that have a diuretic action, diuretic antiseptic action, diuretic antilytic action, etc. All right. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Herb Mentee podcast. Until next time, peace.